We're posting a lot. I love it. Posted yesterday too, so we're on this shit. Like I said. So yeah, I want to come on and talk to you guys about something. In terms of business, this is going to be a very business heavy focused video. I see a lot of people making the mistake right now in the online space of pitching ads because of Brett Scales. He's teaching this business idea that you can just run ads for somebody and they're going to make all of this ROAS from their business, and then you can take a percentage of the profits or like a monthly retainer. And in theory, it's a good business model. The issue with that is that was working back in 2023. What's working now is not the same thing that was happening, and I can prove it because my client right now, he was making 100K per month just running ads in 2023. 2024, he tried the same thing, made nothing. 2025, we just started working with him in May or June, and he was basically doing nothing the entire first half of this year. So we actually analyzed his strategy, and we dove deep into the market and realized that the market is 100% different. It's taken a massive shift from what was working back in 2023 and even 2024, right? What was working back then is cold traffic and just going straight to a funnel, a VSL funnel. And that just doesn't work anymore. People are insanely more skeptical. Trust is at an all-time low. You just can't sell that same way unless you want your ROAS to be almost nothing. If you want a crazy ROAS, if you want an 8x ROAS, a 12x ROAS, a 20x ROAS, a 60x ROAS, you cannot do that with ads alone. Now, granted, ads are going to help you scale. There's no doubt about that. But in terms of actually solely using ads to make money for yourself or for a client, it's not going to be as successful as you think because of how many competitors there are, how many offers there are, and how many people are just skeptical and sick of all this nonsense being pitched all the time, having the same offers, the same guarantees. It's old. Like, you got to change this shit up. So besides your approach and your positioning, what's working now is something called the flywheel system. And the flywheel system is a little bit different from the funnel system, and I actually blend them because the flywheel system the flywheel system kind of has the same issue that the regular cold traffic funnel system did. Okay, people getting sick, offers being pitched the same way, strategies the same exact thing. So when you're not using ads to scale, there becomes an issue there because you actually plateau, and it's the same thing if you use ads as your base foundation. There's nothing to scale that foundation. So what you need to do is use the flywheel system as your base, as the foundation. I'll talk about that in a second, and use ads to scale. Okay, and you might be asking, what is the flywheel system? Now, the flywheel system is basically, in a very generalized perspective, creating content and having a personal brand on social media. Now, what does that entail? Well, the flywheel system is all about gaining trust with the audience, with your target ICP, with everyone that's following you. What happens basically is they see your stuff, they're interested in what you're selling to them, so they follow you. Once they follow you, that follower turns into a potential buyer or a customer. What you should do is not just sell high ticket packages 24/7, because that was working last year. What you should do is have some kind of downsell, some digital product, some low ticket community, some info product, some cheap $100 a month, $100 one-time fee, $20, $50. You get the point, not a couple $1,000s. What happens here is it gives time and value for your prospect, basically that new follower who came onto your account, time to trust you and develop their on-screen relationship with you. And when that happens, some magic happens behind the scenes, essentially. They understand how much value is being given in such a cheap product. So what do? They're naturally a lot more likely to upsell to your more even higher value and even more expensive product, because price is coincided with perceived value. If something is more expensive, as long as you can provide the value in there, it's perceived as higher value because of the price tag. If there was the same exact product and it was just marketed slightly differently, one product was $2,000, one was $200, which do you think is worth more? Even though they're the same thing, the $2,000 product is going to be perceived as being worth a lot more. Okay? Now you have to use that to your advantage. The people who can't afford or don't want to afford a $2,000 product or plus $3, $4, $5, $10,000 are going to be a lot more likely to test your product and your services through a cheap digital product or a low ticket offer. And through that, they're going to get their feet wet, get trusted by you, and then upsell a lot more likely to that high ticket product after being bombarded by thousands of case studies, testimonials, and social proof of people in your high ticket product having tremendous results working with you. So that's the whole thing, basically. That's the whole strategy, is you have a downsell and you have the upsell, your main offer. When your main offer isn't selling to the people you want to sell, you use the flywheel system to downsell people, gain their trust, turn them into a customer from a follower, and from a customer, they're going to give you trust. They're going to give you probably a case study from the low value, the low ticket thing, and also maybe a testimonial as well, and then also be a lot more likely to upsell. So they spend more money with you, they give more value to you, and they're more trustworthy, and they're probably more of your ideal client anyways. It's all wins across the board. You just have to make sure you're okay with that relationship taking longer than cold traffic coming in and spending a bunch of money with you right now. Okay? The whole point of social media is to gain trust with people. And the system allows you to gain trust. Again, they come in, they see your content, they follow you, they're interested, they spend a couple $100s with you. From there, they build trust with you, and they're more likely to upsell to the more expensive product. And then, when they buy that more expensive product with you, because the value is perceived as so high, even if it's not that much more expensive, you're using the popcorn method essentially. If you know Alex Ramosi, he'll talk about that somewhere. It's basically when you offer 3 kind of pricing tiers, but we'll just say 2 in this scenario. And the 3 pricing tiers, you have the small bucket of popcorn, the medium bucket, and the large bucket. The medium and large are very minimally different in price, but the small and medium are large. There's a very large discrepancy in price. So when you want to buy maybe the medium bucket and not the small bucket, and the medium bucket is $1 less expensive than the large bucket, but you get a lot more popcorn with the large bucket, you're probably just going to buy the large bucket because why not? There's a lot more value and it's not that much more expensive essentially, right? Same kind of thing with this. Even if the price is a lot bigger and the value is a lot smaller, it's all about perceived value essentially. That's really all it is. That's really all it is. So use this strategy, and not just by itself, again, because everyone's doing this by themselves right now, and I'm going to give you on the sauce. I'm going to give you the fucking sauce right now. Bunch of people are just running the cold traffic to the ads, to the funnel. Bunch of people are doing the flywheel system right now because Iman mentioned that, and a couple other people online mentioned that. What you should do instead is do both. Just do both. Okay? You cover all areas of the market. And I've mentioned this in a couple of Miro boards previously, but I'm just so sick of making them, and I think you guys probably enjoy this methodology of me talking to you like this better. So I'm going to keep this up. But basically, you just use both areas of the market being covered. You have the flywheel system, which covers the organic traffic part. Those people engage with your profile, they follow you, they buy a product with you, from there they upsell and buy your more expensive high ticket product. And then the cold traffic, who doesn't really absorb content like that, gets directed right into your funnel, buys the product, and probably hears about you, and then will follow you. So you're getting a follower from both, and you're also getting a sale from both as well. And at some point, if that person who came in from the cold traffic actually likes your product, they'll probably absorb your content too and want to buy more products from you in the future. So you're covering both areas of the market. And what you should also do is not just run cold traffic to the funnel and not just do the flywheel system, but you should also do this. And this is the fucking hack. You should run retargeting ads. And these are insane. Run retargeting ads, people who have engaged with your profile in the past 180 days or so. Because it retargets those same people, it targets them with your ads, with your content, shoves them back into the funnel essentially because for some reason something turned them off and they weren't able to buy your product. Maybe it's because it was so expensive and you didn't have a low ticket downsell. Okay. Now that you do, run those retargeting ads, target those ads for your low ticket, your $100 product, and get those people interested in the pipeline. And again, when they're interested in that, unlock some things in the low ticket that can only be unlocked by using the more expensive product, right? Let's just say you have a WAP community or you have some kind of school or circle community. In there, you have XYZ unlocked, but if you want A to XYZ all the way unlocked, what you can do is pay the difference of the $2,000. They spent $100 with you. Now they're going to spend only, let's just say $1,500. So now that you bought the low ticket, it's actually cheaper for you. Okay. When they actually upsell and spend $1,500 more with you, what's going to happen is they're going to get all of that value. And basically your low ticket, your digital product is a constant upsell, reminding these people that if they want more value, you have something else to offer them. If they need your help in more expertise, you have something else to offer them. And I hope this makes sense. It's a very super simple concept, but I don't see a lot of people doing it or talking about it. So if you want more sauce like this, hit that subscribe button, like, comments, and I'll see you in a couple days. Cheers.